Hi guys, in this video we will learn what is RESTful services and what is RESTful APIs. Let's start the introduction section of a brief introduction. Let's start the section by a brief introduction to RESTful services, also called RESTful APIs. If you already know what REST is all about, feel free to skip this video. So earlier at the beginning of this course, I introduced you the client server architecture. So most if not all application we use these days follow the architecture. The app itself is the client or the front end part. Under the hood it needs to talk a server or a backend to get or the save the data. This communication happens using the HTTP protocol, the same protocol that powers our app. So on the server we expose a bunch of services that are accessible via the HTTP protocol, like this. The client directly communicate with the server using HTTP protocol by sending the request. Now this is where the REST comes into the picture. REST is short for the representational state transfer, and I know it probably doesn't make any sense to you because it was introduced by the PhD student as part of his thesis. But the theory aside, REST is basically a convention for building these HTTP services. So we use simple principle of HTTP protocol to support to create, read, update and delete data. We refers to do these operations like create, read, update and delete. If you combine all these operations all together, so it looks like we can say that this is a CORD operation, like this. Now let's explore this convention using every award examples. Okay, let's say we have a company called Trade for renting out movies. We have a client app where we have manage the list of customers. On the server we should expose a service, so the endpoint like this: http trade and trade.com/api/customers. A client can send the http request, so this endpoint, to talk our server. Now a few things about this endpoint you need to know. First of all, the address can start with HTTP or HTTPS. That depends on the application requirement. If you want data to be exchanged on a secure channel, you would use HTTPS. After that we have the domain of the application. Next we have a /API. This is not compulsory, but you see a lot of companies follows this convention to expose their RESTful services. They include the word API somewhere in the address. It can be after the domain or it can be a subdomain like API that trade.com. There is no hard and fast rule. After that we have /customers, which refers to the collection of customers in our application. In the REST world, we refers to this part as a resource. We can expose our resources such as customers, movies, rentals on various endpoints. So this is our endpoints. Work with the customers. All the operations around customers such as creating a customers or updating a customers would be done by sending an HTTP request to this endpoint. The type of the HTTP request determines the kind of the operation. So every HTTP request, what we call a verb or method that determines its type or intention. Here are the standard of HTTP methods. We have get for getting data, post for creating data, put for updating data, and delete for deleting the data. Now let's explore each of these using our customers. Example to get the list of all customers by sending the request and get the response from an API. The HTTP request of getting the customer list, so this is the get API and customers. Request to this endpoint, this request to this endpoint about the customers, it responds the list of the customers by using the get method of HTTP request. Look, the results looks like this: ID, name, and the string, right? So this is called the response from an API, and we add the get method. So the response should be encloses in an array. So this is the array of an objects. This is the objects of ID and name and ID and name. So if you want to get the single customer, so you just need to add the ID here in this after the slash ID1, and it response looks like this: ID1 and name. So the request, in the request params, you need to add the 1, and the response should be looks like this. Now to update a customer, we should send an HTTP request. So this is the HTTP put request to this endpoint. And note that again, here we are specifying the ID of the customer to be updated the data. So also we should include customer object in the body of the request. So this is the complete representation of the customer object with updated properties. We send to the server, and the server updates the customer with the given ID according to these values. Similarly, to delete the customers, we should send an HTTP delete request to this endpoint, but here we don't need to include the customer object in the body of the request, because all we need to delete a customer is an ID. And finally, to create a customers, we need to send an HTTP request. This should be the post request to this endpoint. Note that here we are adding a new customers. You are not dealing with a specific customer, so we don't have the ID in the address. You are working with the customers. This should be the collection of customers, so we are posting a new customers to this collector, and that's why we should include the customer object in the body of the request. The server gets this object and create the customers flask. So this is the RESTful conventions. We expose our resources such as customers using simple, meaningful address, and support various operations around them, such as creating or updating them using standard HTTP methods.